For me, to see lights moving in the skies, they gotta be bright. I can barely notice planes, but when there is something moving around erratically, I can see it. And when I see it, that's freaky. Sorry if I'm not talking very much. It's warm. Once I'm actually uploading this, in the description I'll probably write what the temperature is, all that type of stuff. My first encounter with something strange in the woods happened in the fall of 1988, 3 or 4 months after my mother had passed away. I was in the woods with a friend. We were a good 300 meters into the woods from the nearest house. And we heard something bipedal coming through the woods. Like, you can always tell the difference between something walking on 4 legs and something walking on 2. Well, we went up the biggest tree that was the closest to us, and something walked directly under the tree below us. We were 15, maybe 20 feet up. Whatever it was, the top of its head was only 10 feet below us, if that. All we had was a little pen light. We shone it down once. We seen that whatever it was directly below us. We turned the light off and kept quiet. It probably looked right at us. We have no clue. We just stayed there. It eventually walked off. We came back out of the tree. The stench, my God. It was like, it was like 1,000 rotting plants of all different varieties, all smashed together. And like muck on a riverbank. That stinky, rotten plant smell. A little bit of rotten plant, a little bit of rotten animals, fish, whatever in it. But it just reeked to high heaven. I've smelt a lot of bad things. I know what a dead body smells like, unfortunately. This was different. I wouldn't exactly say it was like a pukey smell, but yeah, it was bad. Like the smell of rotten plants and animals all mixed together. Definitely be a good bug repellent. I've had a lot of years to reflect on that smell. Can't get that smell out of my head. Second time I smelled something along those lines, I was actually hitchhiking out of Western Ontario the second time I was hitchhiking out of Ontario. It was dark. I was walking along the highway, 1 foot literally in the ditch, on the gravel, 1 foot on the concrete, just that way I knew where I was. And there was something walking in the woods beside me for a good 2 hours. And again, you could hear like the single footfalls, not a multiple footfall like you would with most animals. Just the single crunch, thud, however you want to put it. I have no clue what it was, who it was, but they just walked beside me in the woods. I'd say maybe 10 to 15 meters away. Again, I could every once in a while catch that really strong smell, but nothing happened. Nothing like what a lot of people say, sticks being thrown at them, rocks being thrown at them. My third experience, I was actually out planting trees out on the west coast of Canada. I was in a pretty isolated location, and well, I just doing my thing, walking every 10-15 steps, planting a tree, and I suddenly had acorns being thrown at me out of the bush. And it confused me, and I'm just like, hey, whoever that is, I'm just planting trees here. Come on, leave me alone. This thing stepped out of the woods, and just huge. Easiest way to put it, just huge. The shoulders were massive. I was, I don't know, 20, 30 feet away. Thing just looked at me, looked at what I was doing, realized that I was just doing exactly what I said. It nodded and walked back into the woods. I hear of all these people, all these nasty stories about these things attacking people, screaming at people, throwing trees at people. And well, I'm not a destructive person. I'm a peaceful person. When I go in the woods, I'm peaceful. I'm not there just to hunt anything that moves. I'm not there to hunt a specific creature. I go into the woods to be at peace. If I have to eat, I will kill something. But that is the only way. Like, I'll kill fish. I'll kill rabbits. I'll kill deer if I have to. But if I don't have to, well, then I won't. It's all about your frame of mind. So right now I'm walking down Paris, down towards the little Paris Mini Mart, which you may be able to see. Again, I'm not sure exactly which way this camera, if this camera is pointing in the direction I need precisely, or if it's a little bit too high. Hopefully it's getting a good view. And as you've probably also noticed, I'm going downhill. I think I live in one of the highest points in Elliott Lake. And as you might be able to see ahead of me, it's one of the one of the hills. I am not sure if there's houses and stuff on the other side of that or not. But I know if I keep heading that direction, straight ahead, if I could cut straight through those woods, eventually I'd get to the actual lake called Elliott Lake. Okay, well this is, I'm gonna start heading back up the hill. Instead of walking all the way down the hill, I'm still getting lots of good exercise. What I'll do is I'll take you back up this way. I've taken you on Tokyo on one of my other walks, but we couldn't see anything. So this time, Tokyo is on the other side of this wood path area, well, this wooded area here, which is actually a couple hundred feet thick. So we'll just head back up to the top of the hill. There is a path, but yeah, I'm not good with the paths. Especially with my decreased eyesight these days, it makes it very, very hard to navigate the paths. I have complete night blindness. Even in low lighting, I can't see anything. So even when people can see in like dusk, I can't see. Okay, I don't hear any vehicles coming. This is one of the local little parks.